Oh, just a quick explanation before we start this. This video is taken from a 2 hours 20 minutes, I believe it was, stream we did on Sel Mounta, which is our third game from BWI Games that just released. I have split it into roughly half an hour sections because it's otherwise quite a long thing. It might not make perfect sense if you haven't seen the previous parts, but we're doing effectively a Twitch Plays Pokemon style playthrough of the game, where other people are allowed to do voices, we have people in chat talking, and I was giving everyone a bit of an opportunity to choose how we would fight and how we would do things and build our characters and such. So yes, that's what's going on for those who have joined at, say, part 3 or something. Enjoy the episode. So yes, hello, future YouTube. Welcome to a bit of a stream on Sel Mounta, which is the third game we've released, and it's out as of today. I have dragged a few people along. So hello, what have we got? Mecha and Cringe.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
And I've got a friend of mine, Jinx, in chat as well, so I'll have to read out the stuff they say. They're in a car, so can't VC. Anyone else? We might get someone else joining. Doc said hi, we might get him as well. I do not know. But I'm just going to check. Oh dear. Let's go check we've got the options set right. Random encounters, there aren't any, so I don't have to worry about that. They're all fixed. That all looks fine. Full screen, yep. Oh, it says hello. Yeah, I think that all looks right. We shall start. So, like I said, the way we'll do this is a little bit of a Twitch Play Pokemon thing, so I'll let you guys kind of have some input on like what we do in certain sections. I figure that could be fun, because obviously I have played it, you guys haven't.
I played a bit of the early test version. Didn't get all the way through, but...
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Fair enough. So yes, also as it warns here, epilepsy warning, there's some flashy visuals, it's an RPG, you'd kind of expect that. Don't hurt yourself. Right, yeah, I don't know how we want to do voices. There's quite a lot of characters, but I can certainly do some of them at first. I guess you say if anyone wants to do any voices, feel free.
oh no, I don't think anyone wants to hear my voice acting.
I can start for now anyway. It's been almost a year. No, 2 years? Surely by now it must be. That light, it's... Ah, finally. They're finally back. Greetings, player. Yes, he's talking to you guys. Jinx, yes, I will do all the voices. Before we start, it's been some time, is it not? As strange as it sounds, it is good to see you again. Although, it's fully possible you don't know who I am. Even if even if we met before, it has been quite some time since our last meeting, so if you'd forgotten. Either way, I am the King of Sel. To your party, I am a villain of great renown, responsible for many of their hardships. To you, well, that is somewhat more complicated. It might be some time before we meet once more, so I felt I should make a brief check-in before your adventure begins. I look forward to it. Oh, and good luck.
Ooh, the king.
Yep. Everyone, what happened? Where am I? You were hurt pretty bad, but just about managed to patch you up, I think. It's been maybe half an hour. How much do you remember? So, yes, how much do you guys know about the previous one? Is a question here. Have any of you played it? It is free.
I think I have it installed, but I haven't played it yet.
Understandable.
Same boat.
Same boat. Fair enough.
I did watch the summary, though.
Yeah, my suggestion is we'll do all of it, which is like the middle one. So we'll do that. It gives a very quick summary of the previous game and also the proper intro to this one. The It's Fine one is kind of intended as a I've played this game before, just get to it kind of thing. Yes, of course. I shouldn't have shut to be onto that spike. The venom was... Ugh. I remember now, but I'm okay. Well, I'm not sure. I did what I could, but healing is sort of new to me. Do you feel okay? It hurts pretty bad, but it's fading a bit. It's like I've got something permanently stuck in one eye, too. So to explain briefly, the end of the previous game, one of the party members turns out to have been a traitor. He very badly injures Caitlin before effectively leaving the party for dead. They are just about able to heal her, but their classes have literally been swapped. So they're like, he's basically healing it on like, oh, I kind of know what I'm doing, but I have no idea how I know what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Oh, the classes were swapped. That
Yeah.
explains.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you, but no matter what I try, my healing magic just isn't working anymore. I know the words and the gestures, but they just, well, don't do anything. Hey, no need to beat yourself up over it. It's not your fault. Indeed. It's Lysandroth and that king's fault. I still can't for the life of me fathom what exactly he did to us. Was it something that affected our minds, or did he literally steal the skill from us? And if that's what it was, it'd explain why Lysandroth turned if he had gotten into his head. But it didn't seem like he was trying to fight it or anything, and they didn't try to use it on as if it was a spell. It really just... it sure feels like he really did just betray us. He'll pay for that betrayal, mark my words. I'm not about to just forget something like that. Are you holding up okay about your mask? Oh yeah, so this is a smaller thing, but Vagel used to carry around like a sort of like porcelain face mask, which was smashed at the end of the last fight. Oh, spoilers! It is a little bit spoilers, but I kind of have to a tiny bit.
You might needed to put a spoiler warning, just like. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if you do the full summary, it explains this stuff anyway. It kind of has to. You holding up okay about your mask? I saw it get smashed in the last fight, and we didn't exactly get to grab the pieces. I know it meant a lot to you. I'm not going to lie. I wish I had it with me right about now. Just so I was starting to think I no longer needed it. You've had a hard time of it too, it seems. We all know you put a lot of store by your king's words, as do we. And yet he put you through exactly what we were, and then abandoned you on top of all that. And to explain this one, Renee used to work for the king of Seltor. She's like one of his sort of like right-hand minions. Sort of she had a lot of trust in him.
So is that one of the... I guess this is the new character to the squad?
Yes, new character for this game. Well, not new to the game, but new for the squad, yes.
Yeah.
This is
so they replaced the traitor with...
They replaced the traitor, yes. I don't get it. Boss will never just leave me. He always promised me he wouldn't let me be alone again. Well, this is the party leader, Eddie. He may have kept that promise, in a sense, even if he didn't intend to. Huh? We're with you. You've travelled with us before and never showed us any sign of causing us harm. Samson has already vouched for you. If it's being alone you fear, then come with us. You'd let me? Not at no cost. I would like you to explain all you know about your master's plan, but that's all I'll ask of you. Okay, but I don't know all that much. He always said that he was doing what he does to make a world that would go on forever. What? He always used to say, our world has a limited lifespan. There's only ever planned for 5 entries. One day it will simply halt. The one behind the glass will stop coming back and our world shall vanish into nothing. But I don't really know what he actually meant by that. Wait, the one behind the glass? I know that name. That weird monster mentioned them. That weird monster is the final boss of the last game. How did he plan to achieve his goal? He never told me all of it, but he said he had to make sure you had a way through. It was never easy, but never impossible, and to do that he had to get to the workings of the world, which is something he accessed before changing the players' classes and everything. And that sounds familiar too. I think he said it just before he did whatever it was that sapped our strength. I'm afraid that's all I know about what his plan was. Is that enough? That's perfectly fine. It's a lot more knowledge than we had, at any rate. And I must ask, if you come with us, you'll probably have to fight your old master. Are you going to be able to do that? Oh, hello, cat. Real cat has showed up.
Cat.
Thank you, Molly.
I want to grab my cat.
I don't know. I don't want to have to fight him, but I don't want all of you to be hurt either. Alright. Even if you're not sure, you'll have time to work that out. Just be prepared for the fact it may happen sometime. So, welcome, Renee, to our little team. Now, we'd better take stock of our situation quickly. Without our gear, and with the low temperatures around here, we'll be at risk of exposure if we're out too long. Put simply, we're in a bad state. Our gear has faded away and vanished, as has our gold, and our potions have been rendered worthless. You might as well chuck them away at this point. Additionally, it seems that somehow our very knowledge of how we used to fight is, well, gone. Samson seemed to have inherent knowledge of what had changed, so I suppose we'll have to just work that part out as we go along. In other words, we're lost, and back to nearly square one. We should probably try and work out where we are then, right? Agreed. I see a hill to the north. Let's head out that way and see what we can find. Take care, everyone. There could be any number of creatures on the way, and who knows how well we'll hold up in our current state. Now let's go. Catelyn, you can lean on me if you need to. We'll take it steady as we can until we're feeling a bit better. Thanks. Here we go. Catelyn stands, lifting herself up with Aurelia's help. She looks a little unsteady, but seems to have strength to move. I think someone used to call Lysandroth Lysendorf as well. I'm just thinking about the names. I think it might have been Tenkoberry. Yep. That was a fun one. So, the wisps that you'll see on the map will mark various things. The white ones are places you can go. You can also interact with doors, levers, buttons, and signs. And lastly, to access the menu, escape key, so tutorial stuff.
Oh.
So we're up. We can now move. I'll do
see
a
where,
quick save.
where you go first, because I think I got lost, but I might have just been following the right path.
There's only one way we can go from here, which as I mentioned was to the north, at least in this little area anyway. Looks like a bit of a climb, but I'm sure we're up to it. Someone's left a tent behind, but it looks things too. I suppose we could use it if we needed to rest up. So the tent will indeed will heal the party if you go up to it. Where do we go, guys?
North.
North.
How many directions are there to go from here?
I suppose that's fair. Blue wisps like this mark something you can interact with, or sometimes optional dialogue. Do note, chronologically, all conversations happened at the time they were first available, so if you come back later, some small things may be out of order. Yes, I'm not a full dev team, I don't have time to change every bit of dialogue for every step in the game, so... I've still tried to add a fair bit, and it's the odd thing that will do that, but for the most part, it's a case of, again, it happened at the time you got there. Are you holding up alright, my dear? You look very pale. Just a little sore. And I've been healed well between what you and Samson managed, but my stomach still hurts, and my left eye feels kind of gritty. You can stop if you have to rest. Freeze if you wait too long for me to get better. I think we'll just have to push through it. If you're sure, but don't overstress yourself if you can avoid it. And our
That is a good point. It is snowing, and they're asking why they're pale. Like, I don't know. They could just be cold.
Could be cold. Now, green wisps, as it says, mark enemies, and the bigger they are, the more dangerous. Looks like combat is going to be a little different this time around. You're not wrong. Want me to quickly explain the basics, player? What do we think?
Yes.
If it's a new, then yes.
Okay, right. Most basic part of combat is your attack option. That'll make you launch attacks with whatever weapon you've got equipped, or in our case, since we don't have any, our bare hands. It won't do massive damage, but it should be enough for now. You'll know who's about to make a move when the bar above their head fills up. That's the purple bar. Depending on your agility and your opponent's agility, it might feel faster for some than others. Oh, and if your HP hits 0, you'll be knocked out. Don't let that happen if you can avoid it. Yeah, you're not killed if your HP drops to 0. That's supposed to be very different in plot. It's always bugged me that you just like die in some games and then like a character will like die in a cutscene and they're just permanently dead. But it's like, we've had revival like items kicking around for ages. What are we doing? So, it's just KO. Once you're down, you won't be able to heal until you're no longer KO'd. That'll have to do for now. So, yep, the basics. What do we think? Who do we smack?
B.
E.
Oh, good start. So, yes.
It was like the little just slap sound. Like they just walked up, just slapped him like Will Smith.
But yes. We'll stick to the basics for now, so we'll stick to punching. It starts off on the easy side, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about things going horribly wrong.
Is that one part fish? That character?
Which one? Oh,
Stephen
what, bottom right?
Yes.
She's a demon. It's wings.
Oh.
He's got wings and horns, but no tail.
I assume that was explained in the other one.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, she just effectively just joins the party. Like, it is more important in this one because the demons are more important to this one's plot. But yeah, effectively, it's a little strange. Demons aren't normally seen just out and about, but she basically just
was a healer. Well, was a healer.
Was a healer, yes. Which they did note was especially weird as well. They're normally fighters, if they're anything. Punch this wolf to death. I think we're going to be alright. If any of our characters could hit it. I do remember one fun moment in testing with the first boss where effectively the AI decided you will go into a doom spiral just after the tester had used a skill that like the finishing move that like massively boosts your defense, and they were just stuck in this loop of being hit for 0 damage getting agility debuffed, just unable to do anything, but not dying for like 5 minutes. It was just a case of just like, oh no, this needs some attention. Well, it feels like my strength is definitely down, but at least the monsters around here aren't too strong either. Still, I'm not really sure what my new powers really are. Rene's power was was making the spells far forward, but they just sort of shot off all over the place. Yes, well, I'd rather have the bad aim than whatever it was that happened to me. So Vega was a mage before as well. It felt like I was being compelled to run up and strike the foe. I know the feeling. I kept trying to intercept blows. It's like all my old reflex has been redirected or something. Yeah, Catelyn was a thief, so her old thing was staying away from combat wherever possible. I have to really focus in future battles to see if we can't work out exactly what's going on. Do note, if party members have their HP reduced to 0, they'll be knocked out. This will recover automatically after a fight, but they'll only come back with 1 HP, so it's probably worth healing them up if you can.
Ah, that's a good way to do that.
Yep, so you don't have to use revival items out of battle. You will get back up again, but again, you'll only be on 1 health, so got to be a little bit careful.
Now, I have noticed there's looks like an extra slot for another member of the party.
Ah, he's paying attention. Yeah, there's a little bit of empty space there, yes. I don't know, I don't think we'll get to that this time, but I'd be happy to like do more of these if people are having fun with it. Just go through the plot over time. But yes, where do we want to go from here?
Well, let's see our options. We have the cave.
There's a cave. There might be some stuff over to the right as well. Or to the left at the bottom.
Yeah, how far does it scroll to the sides?
Oh, we'll try going this way.
North.
As far as it
Don't
goes that
see
way.
a
There's no, so all the passageways are marked. There's not just like a little secret passage, or you just walk off screen.
No, I haven't done any of those.
Yeah.
Anything because of the black and white. Anything you can interact with is marked usually because you need to be able to see it. I genuinely couldn't remember what was to either side there, so I think we're going this way. This is the,
Yeah, I believe I mentioned this before, but I like how because the game's in black and white, then you have when you look at the characters, all their eyes are glowing different colors, so you can tell them apart.
Yes, tell who's who very quickly. Alright, player, want me to quickly explain a bit more on both combat and how I specifically fight? So each of the characters basically offers a little mini tutorial on how they work individually. But you can skip it if you just want to work it out or you already have. Okay, I think I worked it out. And as we thought, I'm a healer, but it takes me a moment to apply the healing effects. I'm probably not the one that'll be attacking most of the time, but rather using my techniques to keep everyone else alive. Patch Up will heal another member of the party, or me if needed. Neutralize can cure some basic status effects, and Poison Dart can let me poison an enemy to deal some damage over time. Might be better than attacking headlong against tough foes. So yes, you do have...
As long as it hits.
You do have techniques as well as your standard attack. You've got your regular attack. Rayleigh actually has 3 techniques. We'll get to hers later. Hers is a bit more complicated. You've got your guard, which will reduce damage for a bit. You've got items, if we had any. And we've got run away. But running away will dump you out. You have to beat the fight to actually go past it.
Right.
There's no random encounters. They're all... Well, there kind of is, but we'll get to that. But there's no, like, random encounters. Oh god, I'm fighting this again kind of thing.
Oh, or they're gonna buff each other the whole time.
Yeah, the alpha seems to be buffing them. What do we think? Yeah, see that one's 100 alpha. So what do we think?
To get rid of the alpha wolf first.
Sure. Smack. Take a little look at Samson's stuff once we get to him. So he has... the main thing that most characters have access... I think all the characters have access to, apart from Rayleigh, because there's a split, is techniques. So the TP, that green bar at the bottom of their icon, fills up as you do stuff. It's usually either get hit, or do damage, or use certain skills. Then you can spend that to do things.
Okay.
So you also have, as well as your 3 moves you mentioned, you have a finishing move, which uses all of it and has a really strong effect. So in his case, it immunizes the party against any status... it's not any, but nearly all status effects, and heals everybody. His regular one, which will throw over at Hetty, because she's taking a bit of damage. So his healing, you know, like in most games, use a healing spell, they get healed, basically. His do that, but they take a little bit of time to get off because he doesn't have magic. He's doing it with like bandages and things. He used to have
Just
a bit.
running over in the middle of the fight and just like wrapping him in bandages.
Yeah. There we go. What?
Oh, that's clever.
Low tech. So that's the kind of like idea with this one was that like every class would have a strength, but it would have a weakness as well, kind of thing, to make it a little bit more in depth. And I can sort of go over those as we get to them. Oh my god, Bagel, you're the hardest hitter. Stop missing. Second hardest hitter, I suppose.
Yeah, I saw Rylia do 8 damage.
Oh man,
That's rude.
yeah, she's the hardest hitting individually. Vagel can hit a lot harder, but she needs 2 weapons really. She's supposed to dual wield. We've lost Samson. He's down. Oh, there's a crit. Yeah, so the red numbers is a critical hit. The other thing Rayleigh's good at is she does have an increased crit rate because of her class, so she will land them a little bit more.
I can help.
We're taking down the alpha, so they shouldn't be hitting us quite as hard now.
Did we just get a loot bag?
Yeah, he's dropped some gold. Yeah, that's the icon it uses for gold. There you go. That one drops a potion as well. Small
Now,
health potion.
do they target hit party members at random, or
The AI is actually a bit mean. It actually will specifically pick certain targets. I believe if a player is doing a lot of damage, it will sometimes focus them, and if a player's weak, it will focus them.
okay?
So you do have to be a little bit careful. It will try to kill the weak ones.
Because it did look like they were focusing down on Samson,
Yes. Yeah, it might.
which, given he's the healer, is kind of a problem.
It's a little scary. Yep. Feels wrong not to be fighting up front with the others anymore. I know healing's really important to the others, but every instinct I have wants you to take the front line. Get there. We'll go and heal up, seeing as he fell over. We could use that health potion, but we probably didn't ought to waste that just yet. What? Inside
Especially
again.
when we've got the tent right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite close, that one. What? We're inside.
Wonder how long it'll take to see the greatest character in the game.
Is that the rat?
I'm not spoiling, but
Oh dear. Well. Oh, where is that? He's in. I just saw that little emote there. We'll get to him. He could technically be in not the next area we go to, but the one after that if we go the right way. So, alright. Hey Blair, I think I've got my fighting style just about figured out. Want me to explain about that and guarding quickly?
yes.
Okay, it's pretty simple. I'm supposed to protect the others, basically. So she is Guardian for a new class. My techniques boost my defences or the defences of the others, and I can taunt to draw fire towards a specific member. Though that's probably best being me most of the time. So I'm supposed to be taking attacks. You can use the guard command to cut incoming damage for half a turn. Oh, and a turn for me means until my next turn, so even though I'm not fast, I can guard for a long time. Guarding advance lets me attack and guard all in one. And shield bash might let me stun the foe on a hit. So yeah, she's primarily defensive. Her techniques, like I said, improve party survivability. She can look out for certain party members as well. But she isn't very fast. All that heavy armor weighs her down a bit. Also, new enemy. What do we think about these guys?
Does the alpha boost non-wolf?
He can boost anything, so yes.
Okay. Then I feel like anything buffing would be the target we go
Sure,
after first.
we'll go for him. Smack. Punch the wolf. Oh, got another crit.
14 damage.
Oh, still on the technique screen. Yeah, I forgot it memorizes where you are last time. So yeah, she has guard advance, which effectively acts as a guard and a normal attack. Shield bash has a chance to stun and does crushing. And taunt will draw fire towards her.
Probably want to save taunt until someone's low. Because
Yeah, checks out.
the AI will target them. So maybe guard advance.
Sure. And her finisher steadfast. This is the one that caused the loop in testing. Reduces all damage by 80% for 2 turns. It's a huge defense boost if you time it right. There we go, she's now guarding. They also have a little change animation. She's got her arms up. Oh.
I see.
The actual fighting for the moment should be very straightforward, because we're basically just punching them. Although, we could have a little look through the others' menus if we wanted, see what else they've got. Up to you guys.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Technique.
technique. So we've got 4 here. We've got one that grants Fury, which, as it says, improves your agility and makes you attack more. Assault does damage and debuffs target attack. Throat Chop has a chance to silence the foe. And a big finisher does damage to all foes and makes them mad.
And makes them mad.
Yep.
I would understand why. Especially if you just got throat chopped.
What do we think? Do we all try any of those?
Let's try Fury.
Sure. Oh, he's a spellcaster. We buffed his defense.
Oh yeah, see, they're angry.
Now for Rene, we got magic and text.
Ooh.
He's the first spellcaster of the party, so what do we think? We'll just have a look.
Magic.
Magic. We have 3. Yeah, Black Rays. Unleashes a powerful pair of dark magic bolts, but they aren't exactly well aimed and might hit any foe, so you can't pick targets basically. Erosion. Defense eroding spell that debuffs the defense, magic defense, and max HP of all combatants, that includes you, while also reducing their mana. Or Leaping Flames, a fire spell that causes an arc of flame to leap randomly between 3 targets, and it might set them on fire.
So Leaping Flame would be good here because we only have 3 targets.
Yep.
So would Erosion work well against other magic users?
Yeah, because it reduces their MP, makes them more vulnerable in general. Keep smacking the wolf. Yeah, as you saw, that's a common thing for a lot of Rene's skills, and we'll kind of get to that when we get to her bit, but she can't really aim her magic for the most part. She has a few spells, but most of it is like shrug, basically.
Would randomly hit the same thing 3 times? Could
Yeah.
randomly hit everything.
Might set the whole lot on fire. Oh, there's Fury kicking in. So,
Oh, and Fury's auto attack.
yeah, we don't get to pick what she attacks, but she hits way harder and a lot more.
Who are we using now? That would
Rene
That's
again.
Rene looks like.
yeah.
I
What's her
think,
techniques?
I think she's only got 1. Yep, she's got her finisher, which you could try if you want. Powerful Magic Beam. It's another one where you can't pick the target, but it hits very hard.
Doesn't matter when you only have 1 target.
Yeah.
But that's her gimmick, where it's stupid damage, but it's
Yes.
not accurate.
Yep, she's crazy powerful as a mage, but her aim's terrible, basically. Okay, so I guess I am supposed to run and block blows. I can't say it feels good having to take hits, and I feel so slow compared to before. At least I'm a lot tougher now, or at least it feels like it. I think Rene was hurt, right? So it might be worth healing her.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can,
3 HP.
Yeah.
Should probably do something about
we can use the techniques at a battle, or at least some of them, so Samson's patch up. Mip.
I'm glad it's just some of them, not all of them. That would be bad if you just like bombed everyone.
Random poison dart.
Yeah. Yeah, just, yeah,
Ooh,
just
I got this medicine mixed up with this poison.
hey, Vagel,
dart.
think fast. What? Ow. Speaking of, alright, player, you want me to explain how I fight, and a little on status effects and buffs? But quick, that thing looks fierce, and I want to squash it before it becomes a problem.
Squash the mountain.
We've seen a bit of how she fights is get angry and punch things into submission.
Yeah. Alright, it's pretty simple. As you just said, I'm here to attack as hard and as fast as possible. The skills to boost my offense while attacking, or even inflict the Fury status on me with the skill of the same name. Status effects usually last for a few turns or so, and have various negative or positive effects. I kind of assume that, like, someone playing this might be completely new to RPGs, so I try and explain sort of all of it, at least a bit. Fury's kind of both. I'll attack faster and an extra time with each weapon. Whoops, typo. I need to fix that. I'm going to write that one down. I swear to God, I did a whole I think it's a whole week trying to squash all the typos.
Where's the typo?
Is-
An extra time.
Yes.
Oh, wow, the most heinous of typos.
It's one of these double ones, so it's one of the ones that like naturally slips past. This is like a known phenomena.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't even notice. Until
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a known thing. If you accidentally repeat like text, the brain like sometimes like autocorrects and just skips over it.
Yeah.
Or you just embrace it and make the character just like say things double randomly.
And just never explain it.
Character.
No one else
Yeah.
picks up on it. Never explained.
It's not a
Oh,
glitch,
dear.
it's a feature.
My throat chop can inflict silence, which stops the foes casting spells for a while. And my salt skill can inflict an attack debuff on a hit. This is one of the important bits. Each level of debuff will cut a stat by 25%, make a stack up to 3 times. Buffs boost by 25% up to 8 times instead, so you can up to double or cut down to 25%. Alright, it might be a little bit abrupt, but that's where I'm calling the episode for now. I said this one will be split into multiple parts. Next one should either be up tomorrow, or if it's the last part, which I believe will be part 5 out of this first group, it'll be in probably roughly around a week's time. I will be running more of these streams, so if you want to come along, come join the Discord and just ask about it. That's all you'll need to do, and you'll just have to show up at the right time. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.